A lot of lawmakers here in Washington are outraged by Russia's decision to grant asylum to the NSA leaker Edward Snowden. One senator says it should be a game changer in Washington's relationship with Moscow. As Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, is joining us now. Senator Graham, thanks very much for coming in. Lots to discuss today. U.S.-Russia relations clearly at a very sensitive moment. You issued a statement after Snowden was released from that airport, allowed to be a free man in Russia. You said this is a sign of Vladimir Putin's clear lack of respect for President Obama. What should the president have done?
Well, I think the president called Putin and said, I'm requesting you to deliver this man back to our legal system. The Attorney General wrote a letter. Making consequences of this decision more real to Putin might have helped. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm disappointed but not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that Putin did this, but it's something we need to take seriously. And I wish the president had made the consequences more clear to Putin.
The president's supposed to go to Moscow the day before the start of the G20 summit in St. Petersburg in September. What do you think? Should the president still go have his one-on-one meeting with Putin in Moscow?
I would suggest not, because there's no meeting in the world like meeting the President of the United States. We're an exceptional country, and when the President sits down with another world leader, you elevate that leader just by default, if for no other reason. So I would hope the President would consider canceling this bilateral meeting with Putin, because I think it sends really the wrong signal about how seriously we take the Snowden episode.
Should the President still go to the G20 summit in St. Petersburg, Russia?
Well, Senator Schumer and I believe that we should ask for the summit to be moved. Again, when you're hosting the G20 in Russia, that basically is a signal that everything's fine. Having the venue changed, I think, would be an appropriate step to take. I have a resolution with Senator Schumer to do that.
If Snowden is watching right now, and we're being seen live not only here in the United States, but around the world, including in Russia, and you look in the camera, talk to him, what would you say?
You've got some people killed, probably. No matter what your motives were, the results of your conduct has put some very brave people at risk. You've compromised our nation at a time when radical Islam is on the move. We need to find out what these guys are up to. And you did a lot of damage to your country, and you put a lot of people who served the country in difficult circumstances under the cover of darkness at risk, and you got their blood on your hands.
Well, what evidence is there that he's put American lives at risk?
A ton.
Could you share some of that with us?
No.
But you believe that Americans have already been killed as a result of this, or will be killed?
I think people have been compromised in terms of how they represent our country. The way they operate overseas has been compromised. Yes, I'm very worried about sources and methods of the intelligence community being compromised. I'm very worried about the diminished ability of this program to detect terrorist attacks before they come to our shores. Yes, there are people being put at risk by this young man. Ask General Alexander. You don't have to ask me. Ask people who know.
Senator Patrick Leahy, this chairman of the Judiciary Committee, he said that if this program is not effective, it has to end. But he noted that a classified list of U.S. phone records, in his words, does not reflect dozens or even several terrorist plots that Section 215 helped thwart or prevent, let alone 54, as some have suggested. In other words, he's suggesting that maybe it's not that big of a deal.
Well, I think it's a very, I think you agree with this. We know terrorists are out there trying to hurt our nation inside and outside. We do know that Anwar al-Awlaki talked to Major Hassan through the internet, and the rest is history at Fort Hood. We do know that several of the recent attacks were inspired by radical Islamists overseas. I can promise you, as I speak, their active efforts to harm our country, and surveilling known terrorists and trying to find out who they're talking to within the rule of law is a necessary thing when it comes to stopping terrorist attacks. Boston is a good example. If we had taken the Russian information more seriously, it would have been nice to have gone into the phone records of these guys and find out exactly who they were talking to and what they were up to by getting a court order. So I quite frankly disagree with Senator Lay. We need this program more than ever, quite frankly.
Senator Graham, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.